The starship Voyager Edge * sliced through the vast, star-studded expanse of space, a gleaming testament to human ingenuity and curiosity. Captain Elena Mirik, a veteran of space exploration, gazed out from the command deck's panoramic viewport, her eyes reflecting the cold light of distant stars. The mission was simple: reconnaissance of the outer sectors, a region uncharted and ripe with potential for discovery. But what awaited them was beyond any expectation. The crew, a mix of seasoned officers and eager young scientists, busied themselves with their instruments, monitoring the deep void for anomalies. The ship's AI, Apollo, diligently processed the data, its synthetic voice occasionally breaking the silence to report findings. "Captain, detecting an unknown object bearing 216 mark," Apollo announced, its tone betraying no sense of urgency. Elena approached the main console, her gaze fixed on the readings on screen. Her voice calm yet commanding, she ordered, "Focus on the object." The view shifted, focusing on a distant object. As it zoomed in, the blurry shape sharpened into a vessel of alien design, its hull marked with symbols unknown to human eyes. The Voyager Edge * had stumbled upon a Thian warship, a first contact with a species humanity had only speculated about. The bridge fell silent, every crew member holding their breath as the alien ship seemed to notice their presence, turning to face them. Tensions rose. This was a moment of monumental significance, fraught with danger. "Initiate first contact protocol," Elena instructed, her heart racing but her voice steady. She knew the risks, the potential for a misunderstanding that could lead to conflict, yet the possibility of peaceful interaction, of opening a channel between civilizations, urged her on. Apollo transmitted a greeting in every known language and several theoretical ones, a beacon of humanity's desire for peace. They waited for a response, seconds stretching into eternity. The reply, when it came, was not through communication but action. The Thian ship powered up its weapons, a clear indication of hostility or perhaps fear. Elena's decision was instantaneous. "Evasive maneuvers, Apollo, get us out of here." The Voyager Edge * lurched as it darted away, the vast power of its engines propelling it into the safety of hyperspace. Behind them, the Thian ship did not pursue, its message was clear: humanity was not welcome. In the aftermath, Elena stood reflective, the weight of the encounter heavy on her shoulders. This first contact had not gone as hoped, but it was a beginning, a start of humanity's foray into a broader universe teeming with life and, inevitably, conflict. The encounter with the Thians would serve as a stark reminder of the challenges ahead, of the need for strength and unity in the face of the unknown. For Elena and her crew, the journey back to Earth would be one of preparation, for they were the bearers of a new era, one in which humanity would have to stand firm against the vast and mysterious forces of the cosmos. As the Voyager Edge * made its way home, the stars seemed to watch in silent anticipation, eternal witnesses to humanity's indomitable spirit and its quest to find its place among the celestial tapestry. In the dim-lit command center of the Thian warship Harbinger of Silence, Colonel Zarek studied the fleeing human vessel with a mixture of curiosity and disdain. The humans, a species barely making their mark on the cosmic stage, had ventured far from their home only to stumble upon the Thians, a race seasoned by centuries of galactic conquest and diplomacy. Zarek, a towering figure among his kind with a reputation for both brilliance and brutality, turned to his subordinates, his voice a low growl. "Pursue them. Let us capture one of their kind. I wish to see these humans up close." The pursuit was swift, a testament to Thian efficiency and technological superiority. Within hours, a small human vessel, not the Voyager Edge * but another, caught straying into Thian territory, was disabled and boarded. Among the captured was Lucas Webb, a young engineer with no combat training, his face marked by fear yet resolve not to show it. As he and his crewmates were paraded before Zarek, the alien colonel's gaze lingered on Lucas, sensing his fear but also an underlying spark of defiance. "You," Zarek pointed at Lucas with a taloned finger. "You will be my guest. The rest will be detained." His command left no room for negotiation, his interest in Lucas peculiar and unsettling. In a private chamber, Zarek observed Lucas with a predatory interest. So fragile, he mused, speaking more to himself than to Lucas. It is a wonder your species has survived at all. Lucas, despite his fear, met Zarek's gaze. Survival isn't about strength alone, he retorted, his voice steadier than he felt. It's about adaptability, intelligence, and the will to live. Zarek laughed, a sound that echoed ominously off the chamber walls. Is that so? Then let us put your will to live to the test. He decided then and there to make an example of Lucas, to demonstrate Thian's superiority through him. The following day, Zarek assembled his crew in the ship's combat arena, a brutal stage where strength and skill were celebrated and weakness was ruthlessly exposed. Lucas was brought forth, the embodiment of human vulnerability in the eyes of the Thians. Zarek addressed the gathered crowd, his voice booming. Today we test the mettle of a human, a representative of a species that dares to venture into the stars. Let us show him the folly of his ways. Lucas was given no armor, no weapon save for his wits and his resolve. The opponent Zarek selected was a seasoned Thian warrior, armed and armored, a clear mismatch intended to underscore human frailty. As the battle commenced, Lucas's mind raced. He had no illusions about winning in a direct confrontation. Instead, he focused on evasion, using his agility to dodge the warrior's blows, seeking an opening, any advantage. The Thians, expecting a swift defeat, grew restless as Lucas managed to hold his own, not through strength but through cunning and speed. Each dodge, each moment he survived, turned the crowd's mockery into a grudging respect. Zarek watched, his interest piqued. This human, Lucas, was proving more resilient than expected, challenging the Thian preconception of strength and survival. The colonel's laughter had ceased, replaced by a thoughtful silence as he contemplated the implications of this unexpected display of human tenacity. Lucas's heartbeat thundered in his ears, each dodge and weave drawing gasps and murmurs from the Thian spectators. The arena, a crucible of alien judgment, became his stage. As the Thian warrior lunged with relentless ferocity, Lucas's mind raced for a solution, any sliver of opportunity to turn this spectacle to his advantage. In a daring move, Lucas feinted to the left before rolling to the right, narrowly avoiding a crushing blow that would have ended the contest. The Thian warrior, caught off balance by the unexpected agility of this frail human, stumbled, providing Lucas with a precious moment. With no weapons but his wits, Lucas spotted the control panel of the arena's environmental system on the wall. Darting towards it, he tapped into his engineering expertise, a skill set his captors had underestimated. With a few swift adjustments, he triggered a dense fog, enveloping the arena in a cloak of confusion. The Thians roared in frustration, their vision obscured. Lucas used this to his advantage, moving silently, a ghost among shadows. The warrior, disoriented and unable to locate Lucas, became the subject of his own ridicule. The tables turned by human ingenuity. Zarek, from his vantage point, watched the unfolding drama with a mixture of surprise and irritation. This human's survival, his ability to adapt and manipulate the environment, was a revelation. It challenged the core Thian belief in the supremacy of strength over all. As the fog cleared, Lucas stood alone in the center of the arena, the Thian warrior nowhere in sight. He had used the chaos to trick the warrior into incapacitating himself against the arena walls. The crowd fell into a stunned silence before a few begrudging claps echoed, growing into a rumble of applause. Zarek remained silent, his gaze locked on Lucas, reassessing not just the man but humanity itself. After the contest, Lucas was returned to his cell, not as a defeated prisoner but as a competitor who had earned a measure of respect among the Thians. However, the victory was bittersweet. Lucas knew this demonstration of human resourcefulness would likely provoke Zarek to accelerate his plans against Earth. That night, in the solitude of his confinement, Lucas was visited by Thian, a Thian who had been quietly observing the human since his capture. Moved by his bravery and ingenuity, Thian offered Lucas her assistance, warning him of Zarek's intentions to launch a preemptive strike on Earth. your people are in grave danger, Tia whispered, her voice a mix of fear and defiance. Zarek sees your survival in the arena not as a sign of individual strength but as a threat that must be eradicated. Lucas, understanding the weight of Tia's words, knew he had to act. With her help, he began to plan his escape, not just for his own freedom but to warn Earth of the impending Thian aggression. The stakes had risen beyond personal survival to the fate of his world. The night grew deeper as Lucas and Tia whispered strategies and plotted courses, their alliance a beacon of hope in the shadow of impending war. Lucas's victory in the arena had been a spark, but the coming conflict would be a wildfire that could consume worlds. The future of humanity now hung in the balance, resting on the shoulders of those willing to fight not just for survival but for the right to carve their destiny among the stars. As the Voyager Edge * cruised through the quiet stretches of space, unaware of Lucas's perilous situation, the ship's sensors once again picked up unusual readings. Apollo's voice broke the relative calm of the bridge. "Captain, we're receiving a distress signal. It's faint, but it's human." Elena's heart skipped a beat. "Trace it and set a course," she ordered, the crew springing into action. She had a gut feeling that it might be related to the Thian encounter. Meanwhile, Lucas and Tia made their move. Using her knowledge of the Thian ship's systems, Tia disabled the surveillance in Lucas's cell. They navigated the labyrinthine corridors, avoiding patrols, their goals set on reaching the communication center to send a warning to Earth and the Voyager Edge *. Their journey was fraught with danger. Thian soldiers patrolled the ship with an unyielding vigilance, and every step forward felt like a step closer to discovery. But Tia's familiarity with the ship's layout and Lucas's quick thinking guided them through the perilous passages. Finally, they reached the communication center. As Lucas worked on sending a message, Tia stood guard. "We don't have much time," she warned, her voice tense. "I know," Lucas replied, his fingers flying over the controls. The message was brief but urgent, a warning of the Thian's planned assault on Earth. Just as he hit send, alarms blared. "They had been discovered, run!" Tia shouted, pulling Lucas towards an escape pod bay. The corridors filled with the clamor of Thian soldiers in pursuit. They reached the bay, but not before a squad of Thians blocked their path. Tia fought valiantly, giving Lucas just enough time to launch an escape pod. The pod hurtled into space, carrying Lucas and the hope of warning Earth. As it sped away, Lucas watched the Thian ship recede, his heart heavy with the knowledge of Tia's sacrifice. Back on the Voyager Edge *. Elena received the distress signal and Lucas's urgent message. "Change course for Earth," she commanded, her voice filled with resolve. "We have to warn them." The journey back was tense. Every moment felt like an eternity as the crew prepared for the potential conflict. They arrived in Earth's orbit just as the Thian fleet began its approach. The sight of the alien armada sent shivers down Elena's spine, but there was no time for fear. Using the information Lucas had provided, the Voyager Edge * relayed the warning to Earth's defense forces, who scrambled to prepare. The first skirmish was brutal, the Thian ships demonstrating their superior firepower. But humanity, driven by the will to survive and armed with the knowledge of their enemy, fought back with unexpected ferocity. Lucas's escape pod was recovered, and he was immediately brought to the command center. His first-hand experience and insights proved invaluable in coordinating the defense. Elena and Lucas, along with the combined forces of Earth's fleet, devised a strategy to exploit the Thian's weaknesses. In a climactic battle, the Thian fleet, initially confident in their superiority, found themselves outmaneuvered by the desperate and determined human forces. The turning point came when a coordinated strike managed to disable the Harbinger of Silence, causing disarray among the Thian ranks. As the Thian fleet retreated, Zarek, wounded and humiliated, vowed revenge. But for now, Earth had prevailed. The cost had been high, but the unity and resilience of humanity had shone through. In the aftermath, as the Voyager Edge * sailed through the stars once more, Elena and Lucas stood together on the bridge, looking out into the vast expanse. The encounter with the Thians had been a harsh reminder of the dangers lurking in the cosmos, but it had also forged a stronger resolve among the crew and the people of Earth. "We survived," Elena said softly, "and will keep surviving," Lucas replied. Together, as the stars glittered before them, the Voyager Edge * continued its journey, a beacon of humanity's enduring spirit and its unyielding quest for knowledge and survival among the stars.